Hello, everyone, and welcome to the classroom. My name is Miss Kathy, and our letter of the day is the letter D. Can you say D? Does your name have a letter D? If your name has letter D, stand up. If your name has letter D, stand up. If your name has letter D, if your name has letter D, if your name has letter D, stand up. Well, D is for drum. And today you can decorate your letter D, here's letter D, to look like a drum. Turn it sideways with the flat part on top, make a zigzag line, and then color your drum any color you'd like. I made a blue drum. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom. This is letter D, and D is for drum. Boom, 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 boom. Now that we can recognize letter D, let's practice writing it. To write letter D, you're going to make a line that goes down. Then you're going to go back up to the top and curve around from the top to the bottom. Let's practice making our uppercase letter D's. First, go down and then curve around. Down and curve around. You try. Down and curve around from the top to the bottom. Down and curve around. Well, every letter has two, an uppercase and a lowercase. This is a lowercase d. We'll practice that one now. Make a line that comes down again, then go to the middle of the line and curve around from the middle to the bottom this way. That's the lowercase letter D. Let's practice. Go down and curve around downstairs. Down, curve around. Down and curve around. From the middle to the bottom. Well, you can keep practicing later today, and I'm going to give you a sticker for your good handwriting. Well, now we know what letter D looks like. We can recognize it. We can write it. So next, we'll talk about the sound that it makes. Letter D makes this sound. D, d, d. Can you try? D, d, d. It sounds like we're knocking on the door. D, 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 d. Can you pretend to knock on the door? Letter D says, d, 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 d. Why don't you pretend to knock on my door and I'll say, come in, and then I'll knock on your door. What does letter D say? D, 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 d. Come in. Now I'll knock on your door. Letter D says, d, 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 d. Come in. Now we know what letter D sounds like. It sounds like this. D, 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 d. So let's use that sound for blending and reading. Can you help me sing the vowel song? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Well, we're going to put letter D with each of those vowels. We're going to blend those sounds together and add an ending sound and read some real words. D says D. A says ah. Let's put those sounds together like this. D, ah, da, da. Now let's put another letter D at the end. Dad, dad, dad. Draw a line to the dad. All right, let's do the next one. D, E. D says D. E says D, da. Let's put an ending sound, letter N. Dan, dan, den. Like a bear's den or a lion's den. Kind of looks like a cave. Now, D-I. D, I. D, I. D. G says g, 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 like gulping water. Dig, dig, dig. Draw a line to the shovel. We use a shovel to dig. Next is D-O, D, ah, da, da, t, dot, dot. Good job. Draw a line to the red dot. All right, last one. D-U, D, duck, duck, duck. Draw a line to the duck. Well, you did a great job with our letter time for today, and now it's time for math. For math today, we're going to be writing numbers 1 through 20. If you don't have this paper, you can write your numbers on any paper. Let's start by writing number 1. Just go straight down. Now let's write number 2. Number 2 looks like a rainbow. And then you slide down. And then you make a straight line. This is number 2. It's easy if you break it into parts. Rainbow, slide down, and out. Straight line out. All right, let's write number 3. Curve around and around again. That's number 3. Number 4 looks like a letter L with a line beside it. Letter L with a big long line. Number 4. Now number 5. Little line, backward C with a top. Little line, backward C with a top. Let me show you that one more time. Little line, backwards letter C with a top. That's number 5. Okay, next is number 6, and we're going to curve around and loop down. 7 is easy, straight out, slide down. 8 looks like a snowman, but first you make letter S, and then you close up the 2 circles. Letter S, and then close it up, close it up. Close up the 2 circles. Next, number 9. And 9 is a circle and a line. A circle and a line makes the number 9. Now, I want to stop right there for just a moment. We just wrote the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to do it again. But this time we're going to put a 1 in the front. And we're going to start with 0. 0 and a 1 in the front. 1 with a 1 in the front. 2 with a 1 in the front. 3 with a 1 in the front. See, I told you. We just started over. 1 with the 1 in the front. 2, 1, 3. Next will be 1, 4. And then 1, 5. It's easy to write big numbers. 1, 6. Now make 7 with the 1 in the front. And then 8 with a 1 in the front. And then 9 with a 1 in the front. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9. And then we're going to make a 2 and a 0. That's 20. If you wanted to keep going, you could do the same thing, but this time put a 2 in the front. So 1 with a 2 in the front. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, and so on. It's easy to write big numbers, and today we practiced 1 through 20. Well, that was our math time, so now it's time for science. We're heading over to the science table. We're here at the science table, and I have a drum. Also have a bowl, and I stretched some plastic wrap over the bowl. Then I poured some rice on top. I'm going to play the drum near the bowl, and I want you to watch what happens to the rice. Are you watching? Okay. What happened to the rice? The rice started to move, didn't it? It was like the rice was dancing. Let's see that again. Wow. So what was making that rice dance? I didn't touch the rice. I didn't touch the bowl. I was playing the drum over here. Well, when we make noise, sound waves travel through the air. The sound waves traveled across the plastic and made it vibrate. That made the rice move. Let's see that again. We made the rice dance. We were making sound waves that traveled in the air and made the plastic vibrate. That made the rice move. Well, that was our science for today. And now it's time for art. For art today, we're going to make a drum. You'll need a cup. It can be a paper cup or it can be a real cup. We're not going to hurt the cup or put glue on it or anything, and you'll still be able to use it later. So once you find your cup, next you're going to need some paper to go on top, and I have some ideas. You can use wax paper, like you might have in your kitchen. You could use a plastic bag, like a grocery sack. You could use wrapping paper, maybe you have some left over, or you could use tissue paper. Any of these will work. So decide which paper you want to use. Then you're going to cut it like a square and make it go over, maybe like a rectangle, really. Make it fit around and over the cup. You're going to secure it with a rubber band, but if you don't have a rubber band, you can use a hair tie. So we're just going to stretch it over, make the paper stay on the cup like that. So there's my drum, but now I need a drumstick, and I have some ideas. You could use 2 popsicle sticks. You could use 2 pencils or even chopsticks. Let's try each of these. So here are the popsicle sticks. Here are the pencils. And the chopsticks. So there you have it. Today for art, we made our own drum. Well, here's another look at the drum that I made today. Well, now we're going to read about a drum and lots of other instruments in our story. The book today is called Froggy Plays in the Band by Jonathan London. At school one day, Froggy read a sign. It said, "Marching Band Contest, Big Prize." "Great," said Froggy, "a band contest." He flopped over to see Miss Martin, the music teacher. Flop, flop, flop. "What's the big prize?" asked Froggy. "It's a surprise," she said, "and if you and your friends start a marching band and compete against other schools in the parade, you can win the prize." "What will I play?" wondered Froggy. Then he remembered his dad's old saxophone. After school, he flopped up to the attic, flop, 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 and started blowing his dad's horn. Honk, bleep, screech. "Froggy," called his dad. "What?" "Quiet, please. I'm on the phone." "I'm on the phone too. The saxophone," said Froggy. Next day, Froggy got his band together and they practiced in his yard. Max on the drums, kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Leah on triangle, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. Emma on recorder, tweedle-dee, tweedle-dee. And Hannah, her twin sister, on cymbals, clash, clash, clash. "I want to join too," said Frogalina. "What do you play?" asked Froggy. "Nothing," she said, "but I can do this." And she twirled a baton, tossed it high into the air, and caught it behind her back. Ta-da! Every day after school, Froggy's band marched around and around the playground. Honk, kaboom, ding-a-ling, tweedle-dee, clash. And every day Miss Martin told them the rules for marching. Don't look left, don't look right, and don't stop for anything. "What if you have to go to the bathroom?" asked Froggy. "Don't stop for anything," commanded Miss Martin, "or everybody behind you will crash into you." 3 weeks left until the parade. Then 2 weeks. Then 1 week. Froggy practiced marching everywhere, even in his sleep. At last, the big day came. The apple trees had burst into bloom and the parade was ready to begin. Everybody was nervous, especially Froggy. Miss Martin said, "Now remember, don't look left, don't look right, and don't stop for anything." And with that, the parade began. Being the youngest, Froggy's band marched in front, led by the majorette, the one and only Frogalina. "Froggy," called his father. He was jumping up and down on the sidelines, but Froggy didn't look. "Froggy," called his mother. She was aiming a camera, but Froggy didn't look. Cameras flashed, clowns threw candy, and still Froggy marched, looking straight ahead. Here came the judges' stand. This was the big moment. Frogalina twirled her baton and tossed it high into the air. And Froggy thought, "Don't look left, don't look right," and bonk. Her baton hit him on the head and knocked him down. "Oops," cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Oof, clang, crash, kaboom. And the rest of the parade piled on top. "Froggy," called Miss Martin. "What?" came a muffled cry. "Are you all right?" Froggy crawled out from the bottom of the heap and said, "Don't stop for anything," and started to wail a wild swamp tune on his saxophone. The rest of his band joined in, and everybody danced in the street. And when the judges' vote came in, Froggy's band had won a special award, coolest marching band at the Apple Blossom Parade. "What's the big prize?" asked Froggy. "This is," said Frogalina. "Mwah!" And she gave him a big kiss on his cheek. "Eek," said Froggy. Then the judges gave Froggy and his band the real prize, a big golden trophy in the shape of a saxophone. "Yes," cried Froggy. And Froggy's ragtag band played one last time. Honk, kaboom, ting-a-ling, tweedledee, clash. The end. Well, I hope you had some fun today with letter D is for drum. Tomorrow, E is for emu, and I'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.